So hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Today's video is going to be going back to my roots. I started off this channel as a ranking channel, but obviously it was solely mainly about Blu-rays and movies and stuff like that. But I'm bringing you another ranking video because I've missed doing them, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's going to be a shorter one. It's going to be on one of my favourite directors of all time. If you have seen that video, then you'll know. You'll possibly know who I'm talking about. Today, I'm ranking Edgar Wright's 5 movies. So the 5 movies by Edgar Wright that he's done. Obviously, he does have a 6th movie coming out. Maybe ideally I should have done this once I've seen that movie, but who knows when we'll see that. So starting off in 5th place, I'm going with the end of the Cornetto trilogy, World's End. Now, by no means do I think this is an awful film. In my opinion, in the Cornetto trilogy, this is probably the funniest of the Cornetto trilogy. But the thing that lets it down for me, the first 2 acts are really good, but the third one falls apart a little bit. I think they try to be too funny in the end. The actors have good chemistry. Obviously, Nick Frost and Simon Pegg have amazing chemistry, but the other numerous amount of actors don't have as good chemistry with each other as Simon Pegg and Nick Frost do, and I think that's what makes the movie dip a little bit. But in 5th place, I'm going with The World's End. In 4th place is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the Real Heroes version of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Again, by no means do I think this is an awful movie. I've had so much fun with this movie, and I think it's got such a good story behind it. I love Michael Cera in this role. He was perfect for it. I like the whole idea behind the movie. I think Edgar Wright directed this really, really well. I thought the writing was good, the acting was good, everything about this movie was good. But I still find that it can be, again, a bit over the top sometimes. Like, it can be a bit, it's not trying too hard to be funny, but sometimes it can be a bit cheesy. And that's what I think Edgar Wright's films can do sometimes. They can be a bit too cheesy. But yeah, in 4th place, I'm going with Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. In 3rd place is Edgar Wright's wacky take on James Bond, which is Baby Driver. I absolutely love this film. It was one of my favourites of 2017. And it's in 3rd place because the other 2 movies that are in front of it I hold in higher regard. But I just think this is such a fun and wacky twist on what we could see if Edgar Wright was to do a James Bond movie, which I'd absolutely love to see. Jamie Foxx is brilliant in this film. Ansel Elgort is brilliant in this film. Kevin Spacey, we just won't talk about. Lily James, she's perfect in everything she's in. Yeah. And you've got people like John Hamm, who's really good in this film, and Isa Gonzalez, who was in not only Baby Driver but also Hobbs and Shaw. The whole cast in this film were brilliant. The problem I have with this film is that it can be a bit over the top. Like the fact that he's not deaf, but he's at a permanent stage of hearing loss with the tinnitus. So how he can be like a getaway driver is what really throws it off for me, to be honest. But other than that, I think this is such a good film. But I still think the 2 movies in front of it are so much better than this. In 2nd place is the 2nd of the Cornetto trilogy, Hot Fuzz. Now this would be probably everyone else's favourite of the Cornetto trilogy. This is my personal 2nd favourite. I do, don't get me wrong, love this movie to bits. It is one of my favourite British movies. As I mentioned earlier, Nick Frost and Simon Pegg have such amazing chemistry when they're on screen together, and they show it again in this movie. This movie is about a London police officer who gets transferred to the countryside to I can't remember the name of the place. Sorry about this. You know, it's completely gone out of my head. I'm sure I'll remember it after filming this video, but he moves to the countryside, and the whole movie's about Simon Pegg and Nick Frost trying to track down a countryside serial killer who's going around and killing people throughout the night, and it has one of the funniest movie scenes I've ever seen in a movie. The bit where Simon Pegg's character's in the pub and walks up to one of the teenagers who's illegally drinking in the pub and says, "When's your birthday?" He goes, "It's something like the 25th of February." And he goes, "What year?" "Every year." It's so off the cuff and so funny. Once you hear it, you can't stop laughing. And I think that's what these films are meant to be about. They're just, like, unexpectedly funny. And that's what Simon Pegg and Nick Frost do. They're unexpectedly funny. And I think that's what gives them such great chemistry. And finally, my number one for this Edgar Wright ranking is my favourite of his films. And obviously the first Edgar Wright movie I watched, which is Shaun of the Dead. This movie is perfect. It is one of my favourite movies of all time. I'd probably say it's my 12th favourite movie of all time. Again, for a first film from a director who's probably, I think he only done short films and like skits before, but for a first time film, it's perfect. Again, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost in this film, brilliant. I love the entire idea between this film, that it's like a zombie apocalypse. Like one day they wake up and it's normal life. The next day they wake up, there's a zombie apocalypse. And they hunker down in a pub. Like that's, you can't get more British than during a zombie apocalypse. All you can think about going to is the pub. And obviously the classic scene where they're whacking a zombie with pool cues, and all you can hear in the background is Queen. It's so, this film, in British terms, if you are British, you'll realise how many films that have adapted from this film, like they've taken like bits and elements out from this film. There's so many, and obviously there's loads of more iconic scenes. And I just think that Edgar Wright done such an amazing job on this film. From the casting, from the directing, from the writing, the scripts, and everything in between. He shot it. He done such a good job with this film, and I thoroughly enjoy this film. I don't really find anything wrong with it. So yeah, that is my my Edgar Wright ranking. I've done all 5 of his movies. I will be sure to check out his new movie when it does come out. I've forgotten the name of it, but I am very excited for it. And if you did watch my movie contest entry, you would know that Edgar Wright is my second favourite choice to direct the next James Bond film. And I think he could do it perfectly because of what he done with Baby Driver. But if you did like this video, please like, comment, subscribe if you are new around here. And if you're not, please just like and comment. I really do appreciate the support. We are 9 subscribers away from 100. Please do smash the subscribe button and the like button. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all so much for the support on the previous videos and just on my channel in general. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Bye bye.